Jackson will be entering the ring any moment. Doug, who do you see here? Who's going to come through the door first, do you think?
Well, I think there's Bernard coming in. And of course, he's right here in the studio with us. With hindsight, he's going to be able to talk a little bit about the fight. I just want to make one remark. You mentioned that we've been here all night. By the time Bernard is climbing into the ring here, it's midnight. We've sat there through 14 fights. They put him last on the card. We watched women fight. We saw Jimmy Stewart, a guy Bernard's going to face in a future fight. And it was a pretty interesting evening. But here we get to the point. Bernard's he's climbing. His belts are being paraded. You can see the belts that he's won are following him into the ring. But here he is. He's just about to climb into the ring, and we're going to be ready to go. Bruce.
Okay, these belts are not part of his wardrobe. He earned these belts, probably knocking guys silly with his feet and his fist, basically around the world. And look at that animal print he's wearing. He's the best-dressed fighter I've seen tonight.
Bernard, what about your outfit there?
Well, I had that tailor-made, and that's cheetah skin.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people think it's leopard, but it's cheetah, actually. Cheetahs are really quick. So it's something I pat myself after.
You ever get in trouble with the animal rights people about it? They ever give you a hard time?
Yeah, well, they would if it was real.
Oh, thank you, because I was starting to say, I almost revered Bernard when he told me that we were going to have a political discussion.
Well, you know how to deal with them anyway.
Okay, but Bernard, what did the referee just tell you?
Well, he was giving us the rules, the general basics rules, you know, all kicks above the belt, protect yourself at all times kind of thing. And, you know, no biting.
I got to interrupt here. Great camera work by our guru Gregorian as he films the floor of the ring. I think that's terrific.
Well, sometimes you have to scratch yourself.
I suspect Greg's listening in. So anyway, let me shut up and give it back to you.
Yeah, you had mentioned that we was the last fight on the card. My footing was of this fight was everybody had been kicked and each other back and forth, and they kick each other. They put the foot back on the canvas, and it makes it for a slippery surface. And that, as you'll see throughout this bout, I was sliding a lot. We both were. And Crash, he slid a lot too. Good fighter, you know. It was a good fight. As you see, I slid there.
Well, maybe you should mention who this guy is. I don't think the audience has really heard from up to this point who you're fighting.
Well, Crash is from Montreal, Canada. He's originally from Paris, France, but he lives and trains out of Montreal. And he's a good fighter. He was #1 contender for this Intercontinental title that we was fighting for that night. It wasn't one of my world titles, thank God. And
oh, you're giving something away here?
Yeah. So it was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Tell us about the first round. What's happening here?
Well, as you can see, we're just trying to fill each other out. But we know we're going to give him the first 3 rounds because we know he comes out real strong, real hard. And he's a banger. He likes to bang, and we like to move a little bit. But we had to change our strategy up for this fight.
And of course, this is kickboxing, so each fighter is mandated to throw at least 8 kicks.
Per round, absolutely.
It was interesting watching the fight we saw.
Once again, great camera work by Gregorian there.
It's kind of hard to see from this angle, but there are people holding tablets that start with a big number 8.
Right.
And every time you or your opponent throws a kick, the number comes down.
Right. So therefore, if you don't get all your kicks in per round, your 8 kicks in per round, you get minus a point.
Just 1 point if you're less than
1 point each round. So you could have been winning that round, but now it's an even round.
Because you didn't have
right.
Kicks in.
But then again, a lot of those shots, people think, oh my goodness, how can you stand that shot? A lot of those shots are glancing off the elbows or the gloves, and protect yourself at all times.
Well, it doesn't look like he's really hit home on you here. I mean, you haven't crumpled up or backed away, so.
Well, it's interesting watching this film of the tape. When Doug and I were sitting in the special box you had arranged for us, which we appreciated very much, there were a lot of kicks and a lot of punches from fighters all night long that look to the untrained eye like they're connecting. And now when you see this up close on film, you find a lot of those are fended off by the fighters.
Well, not just that, but now that we're seeing it as it was filmed, we're getting a great view of the ceiling as filmed by Gregorian. The guy was really on the job that night. Great shot of the chandelier and the recessed lighting, don't you think?
Sounds like you and Gregorian might be going at it afterwards.
No, actually, he's just happy to have his name mentioned every opportunity he gets. In fact, we need to talk later. I think maybe he's getting a little too big for his britches, but that's another topic.
We hope he'll stay around though.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the fight, Bernard. What's happening now? We're in round 2.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm still trying to fill him out because he's very unorthodox. And I'm worried about my footing a little bit, although, you know, you try to put that stuff aside, but balance in this sport is very important. You know what I mean? And because the least little thing happen, you fall, the referee may jump on you and give you a standing 8 count due to the fact that, you know, he doesn't see clearly what's going on. So we was exchanging some nice sharp kicks with each other. And he's good. He likes to bang, and we don't like to bang. We like to move.
Crash, who looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme a little bit, is he known more for his hands or his feet? What's he strongest with?
He's known more for that right leg, because if you notice, he only throws that right leg, the back leg round kick, as we call it, and that's the only kick. He uses his left leg as a jab, as a front kick.
Okay.
So he used that as a push kick. And, but he mostly known for that back leg round kick. So his arsenal is very limited, but he's very good at it.
What happened to the New York Kid? I thought that's who you were going to fight that night.
Well, we were, but come to find out, this kid, Crash, had beat that kid, the New York Kid. And, you know, we don't follow the rankings and the Intercontinental rules that often. We don't follow, we just worry about the world rankings.
Okay, now you're in your corner with Chris right now, right?
Right.
What's Chris telling you in between rounds?
He just telling me, you know, he's getting wind, he's getting tired, he's starting to slug, and go out and pick it up a little bit, pick up the pace a little bit. And he says the fight's pretty much even right now. He never really done anything to you. Just keep up the pace and pick it up a little bit, and hit him with that overhand left, what we was trying to hit him with, you know, and crack him in the body to slow him down a little bit.
Now, when you're in the ring, worrying about throwing kicks, throwing punches, and defending yourself, can you hear your corner man holler, or are you so focused you can't hear him?
Absolutely. And I also heard you guys.
You heard it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. So, yeah, I was pretty busy that night, pretty excited. And
What were we saying?
Get him.
Except Bernard, it's getting late. Let's go home, man. Take him out.
Yeah. See, if you notice...
Did you hear Bruce arguing with the Canadian people behind us?
Okay, tell us what happened here, Bruce.
Well, I threw a kick, and he threw a kick. My kick got caught up around the shoulder, and I hit the canvas, and he stumbled back. That's why he's out of view. He stumbled back, and I happened to fall, and the referee gave me a standing 8 count. And that right there could have been a 10-9, 10-8 round. And as you notice, he's whipping that right leg around, and again, it's hitting nothing but gloves. He's a good fighter, but you know, he's so basic. And we just wanted to get him out there in that deep water and drown him, because we knew he was getting dead tired. He was starting to slap his punches, and his chin starting to stick up, and we were just waiting to drop that left hand on him. As you see, the kick right up around the glove.
And of course, when we get in your Crash's corner, we hear people hollering in Canadian, or excuse me, in French. We have no idea what they're saying. Chances are, though, they're rooting for Crash.
Right, absolutely. As you notice throughout this bout, you see me shaking my head at him like, you know, that's all you got? That's all you got? I've been hit harder in the gym.
Were you saying that?
Well, you know, I was basically shaking my head at him. And
With your
that's
body
what,
language.
Yeah.
Did Crash talk to you at all during this fight? Did you hear him say anything?
If he did, I couldn't understand it.
Okay, it's that French thing again.
Yeah, it's that, yeah, we speak French, you know. I couldn't understand that well. As you see, we started pressing the fight here, because we knew he started, he was getting a little tired, he was getting fatigued, so we started just pressing the fight. And we started going to him. Now he's starting to second guess his shots. That's what that's me again, shaking my head no at him, like, that's all you got. And then he started moving back. We had him back on his heels. And that's why I kept pushing the issue.
Now, is that a typical trick of a wily pro who's trying to psych the guy out?
Right. Draw him in.
You're saying no matter how hard you train, you didn't train hard enough?
Right, absolutely. As you notice, now he's starting to second guess his shots. And that's why he's taking it longer in between each shot. And now, you know, there's a shot. He could have been like threw a shot there, but now he's thinking, because he knew something was coming. Right there, he had me pinned up against the ropes, but I'm still, again, shaking my head, no, that's all you got, that's all you got. And he's getting dead tired, you know. As a veteran of this sport, you know, those young guys that's coming up in the sport, you know, you take people like me, we'll take them to school and beat them a little bit.
We'll have to trust you on that because all we saw was the turnbuckle back there. Well, you can feel things starting to pick up a little bit.
See, he's leaning on me, and he's breathing heavy. You know, his mouth's right there by my ear. He's all breathing heavy. I'm still looking at him like.
You guys are in the corner here. It's time to ask a question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask. Bruce said that you could fight 13 women simultaneously, but I don't know. How many could you fight?
Probably about 13. About 13.
Bruce was right.
I did the research, as always.
As you can see, I'm starting to pressure the fight again. I'm starting to just take it to him. And he's backing up and he's winging. He's winging now. He's coming
Look
with
like a couple
wide
wild
shots.
punches?
Yeah, he's wide shots. All of his shots are wide. And we're just going to stay tight and sharp and strong. And
Okay, this looks like you're in a furious pace here. What happened there?
oh, yeah, well, I fell down there and severely sprained my ankle, and I couldn't continue, so I had to withdraw after the 5th round. And what happened, we was getting ready to take him out. That's why we had him peppering with those jabs, catching with the left hand, catch with some nice body shot and do some body work on him over in the corner. But due to the fact that the canvas was so slippery, I threw a kick and lost my balance and twisted, severely sprained my ankle.
And this is part of reality. That's why they don't have fights on paper. You have to show up and fight.
Right.
And it's a physical activity. It's very aggressive. No one has a crystal ball here.
Right.
We weren't expecting this.
No, neither was I.
I'm sure you didn't have it on your radar screen at all.
No.
No, but right before you fell, you threw 3 hard